What's up, guys? How we doing? Friday night hangout, and it's pretty good because obviously, Eagles have Cincinnati on track. I'm seeing some comments here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure to hit the like button if you're not already. Appreciate it because it's Friday. Got to be feeling good, and the Eagles have a chance to go in and solidify some things. I've gotten several comments. I wouldn't say the majority, but I've gotten several comments from people that aren't necessarily buying into the Eagles where their record is, the fact that they could, win for the first time ever in Cincinnati. I'll also say, too, apologies. Got a couple comments as well. I misspoke on the last one. The Eagles have beaten the Bengals. It's just not beating them in Cincinnati. So for people that mentioned that in my last video, yes, it was an error on my side. But nonetheless, shout out to everybody in the chat, like I said. Also, there is Matthew. Welcome to I think it's a Let's Run It. Why do I have that in my way? Can I scroll up more? I think it's Matthew. Yeah, I've got a message in my way for some reason. But welcome to the membership tier. Appreciate that. Good time to do it, by the way, as well, because going to be spinning for the Eagles game tickets to any Eagles game of your choice, and it's available to any and all members. You just, as long as you're a member of the channel, you automatically get entered each month. The last Friday of the month, we draw for one member to win 2 tickets. Like I say, any game of your choice. And I've got the spinner wheel ready to go. And Matthew will be adding your name in here as well. So congratulations to you and anybody else. I'll probably do that, I don't know, in 30, 40 minutes, something like that. But we'll spin for any members. And congratulations to Tequila Lester, who won last month. But, just a little extra support because you members, appreciate everybody, all the subscribers, everything else, which, by the way, we're also, I should mention, as I do every time, just in case, a little reminder, if there's somebody stumbling across this, I'm giving away that helmet back there, which is a full-size Kelly Green Saquon Barkley signed helmet. So, all you got to do. And for that one, it's just become a subscriber. You don't have to be a member. Just subscribe to the channel. First 80,000 subs, and we're going to do it. So, yes, Matthew, there you go. Just in time. Shout outs to everybody, too. Like I said, there's Kev, random poster, Fanny Eagles fan, Andrew R., Tony Vibe, Stephen Gasky, Fitness Warrior, Michael, Hoop Beast, Clayton, LA Kid, John M. What's up again, John? We're hanging out in the Hungry Dog Zoom call for people that are there. Frank, apologies that you just lost. I think that was, did you say Black Ops? I think I saw that. Johnny, Ace Flame, Nate, Jorge, Trenton, the Football Guru, Lar, Scott. See, I think I got everyone. Andrew, easy as his name. Fahad. There's the score prediction. All right, I like that. Birds 24-20. It's the first one. Jesse with a Go Birds. Go Birds. Kevin with a What's Up Eagles fans. How's everybody feeling going into this game? It's like historical precedent of, the Eagles have not won in Cincinnati. I don't really buy into that type of stuff as much. I know that it's like, maybe there's some elements to it. There's some people believe in curses, bad luck, not just playing well in a certain environment. I get it, but it's a different team. It's a different squad. As Sirianni even said in the press conference, he's like, I hear you, but Merle Reese asked him the question about that, and he's like, cool, but like I personally haven't been a part of that with Philly, so. But Jesse's got a good point. I feel that point. Good test to see where we're at, for sure. Joe with the let's run it, run that ball. Yes, let's absolutely run it. There should be a better opportunity in the passing game. I will say that. Some play action, motion, if we can see a little bit of that. But yes, let's continue to make sure that we're running the football. Frank, I'm also seeing your comment too. Okay, I thought you were talking about Black Ops, but just the you're gonna go ahead and just call. There are a lot of members. I believe there's like 200, a little over 200 members, if I'm not mistaken, in the channel. So there are a lot of entries. But eventually, again, the odds are in your favor at some point. Who knows? Let's see here. As far as Clayton's good, actually, yes, this is a great place to start. As a 125 is answering as well. But Clayton's saying, guys, do I start or bench T. Higgins on my fantasy team? So as far as we could just jump in with injury reports, I guess, initially. As far as injury reports go, let's see if I can actually make this the right screen size for a second so you can actually see it. Kind of a very blank injury report, but T. Higgins gets one all by himself. He's questionable with a quad, so not sure if he'll be there, but who knows? I would err on the side of probably not playing him just for that reason, but the question is, even if he does play, can Vic Fangio shut him down? Can Quinyon Mitchell? Cranky Cletus, what's up? Saying I'm late. What did I win? I don't know if you won anything yet. You might be able to win one of the giveaway for the game tickets. Going to do that later. Tony saying T's hurt, so probably not going to produce even if he does play. It's also fair. Again, question becomes, does Fangio shut down, even if he does, but shut down Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow? Who guards Jamar Chase? Is it Quinyon Mitchell? Do they move him into the slot some? That's what Ryan was saying earlier, too. It's a good point also. Do they try to take advantage of that and match him up in Cooper DeJean and, play off of those? Easy is his name. Okay, I appreciate if you're trying to, jinx this one, yes, or reverse jinx it, saying Quinyon will drop 2 picks. Whatever will change the narrative, whatever will change the outcome, because so far it's been not so great. Jesse, though, saying Chase is going to burn every corner of the league. He's damn good. Jalen has to keep up. Yeah, that's another area. Does Jalen do that? Rhett, appreciate the 10 bomb, man. Let's go. I didn't see a comment with that. Do appreciate the super chat. If you have anything, let me know. You don't have to super chat again, but I'll throw it up here comment wise. Appreciate the support though. Andre, I'm with you. Yeah, it's tough to watch most of the Sirianni press conferences. Jamar, no, you're good. You're all good, man. Let's see. The uniform, does it really? It has Hurts' face with Quinyon's body? No, it doesn't. Did I miss this? Where is it? Is that? Hang on. Does it? That's Q, isn't it? Why would, yeah, that's yeah, they wouldn't do that. I was gonna say for a second, come on. Why would they be doctoring a photo there, using some Photoshop? Hey, let's do something really weird. Let's put Jalen on Q's. Anyway, Eagle One saying you heard it here first. Q gets his first pick. Let's go. I think he can. I don't know if generated AI of Q. maybe that. There's definitely not a let's put Jalen on Q's part. Fanny's got a fair point here also saying we've been hearing every week Q gets his first pick for the past 7 weeks. It's I really want him to, but I don't know. Hey, Joe Burrow, give him a lot of credit. It's one of the difficulties of this week in this matchup. The dude's third in passer rating in the NFL this year so far. 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He does not turn the ball over much. Maybe. Fitness, I'm not believing you. That's not Jalen's face. It's the lighting. Something's off. They took a legit picture. Come on. Tyler, I did not actually know. The Pivot Pod, watched the, I think I saw someone post about that, but I've not watched that episode yet. So I need to. I'm curious if you've already watched it. Any takeaways or anything there? While we're talking about injuries, though, because it's interesting. Like I said, Cincinnati only had one, and we've got a couple. If I can find that photo. There we go. So the official injury report for the Eagles, if you've not caught it already. But Mekhi Becton is out officially, the concussion. Not a huge surprise. It is unfortunate, but he was missing practice the entire week coming off that concussion injury, so will be out, which means Tyler Steen will be at right guard. Fred Johnson is already at left tackle. So we're going to have a banged-up offensive line. It hopefully can be good. I'm more concerned about Fred Johnson than I am with Tyler Steen in filling in for Mekhi Becton because Trey Hendrickson has been a beast. I mean, he is one, but he's got, 7 sacks so far this season, and he's really started to play even better. It's not like he was terrible, but with the injuries being worse for the defense and then some guys starting to come back, much better. Jamar, I'm seeing that. Okay. Saquon, humble dude on the Pivot podcast. Okay, so I need to watch that. Let's see. And then as far as, Dallas Goedert, obviously, again, hamstring. He's out. Byron Young is out with a hamstring and officially placed on the IR, which kind of makes maybe some more sense. They've got Siaki Ika, who I did the most recent video over, signing him to the practice squad. And shout out to Anthony DeBona, who had mentioned earlier too. But we'll see. Am I missing something? Let's see. Fitness watch. Josh is going to go look at it again. He's going. No, are we still on the Jalen and Q picture? No, it's not. It is Quinyon Mitchell in that photo. I'm not going back to it. I'm sorry. We could agree to disagree. You could rewind if you're watching the stream if you really want to, but no, it's not. That is Quinyon Mitchell. Yes, the other injuries though, by the way, or just being listed here. Again, full practices for a lot of guys. You see some rest there. Saquon got one. Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, Darius Slay, ankle for Anaya Smith, but he's gotten a full practice. He's not been activated yet. It'll be. I'm curious. I don't know. Maybe we see him be activated. They would have to drop someone and make room, I believe, because I think we're sitting at the number right now. But at some point, they're going to have to do that. Same thing for Albert O, whose practice window has been opened. And then Zach Bond with a full practice. He missed one. Either missed one or was limited. I think he missed one, right, on Wednesday. But full practice. Good to go with the shoulder. Great news. Love hearing that. Speaking of the defense, too, by the way, how are we feeling about, because I understand, and I was talking about this in the Zoom call, but, I make mention of, hey, defense is getting better. I understand that it is Cleveland, and I understand that it's New York, but they've shown some signs of progression, and yet the main pushback, I wouldn't say the majority, but I get a decent amount of the comments of but it's just Cleveland. It's just Cleveland. It's just the Giants. No big deal. Our defense is still trash. And there's all sorts of extremes. I get that. But, I mean, come on. Are we not? What did I say? Jesse? Alberto? Oh, Albert. Oh, is that a 0? I'm just seeing that now. That's brutal if that's what you just did there, but Albert 0. That's good. That's a good one. But yes, I'm curious. Thoughts on the defense? What are we going to see against a Bengals team that is it's not even an argument. They are better, yes, than the Giants. They're better than the Browns. But what are we going to see? Let's see. Brian saying, I hope the Eagles win the Super Bowl, but it's not going to happen this year. Yikes, Brian, that is a pessimistic attitude and viewpoint. I mean, you could argue it's realistic if that's what you truly believe, but like, I don't know. Let's see. I'll get to some of these others. Michael, I'm seeing yours here. It's saying, "Are my questions coming up?" I'm not seeing any questions. Like, I see that comment, but if you're, yeah, bro, I'm not seeing any. Like, I'm scrolling back up to see. I'm not seeing any question. I see a comment saying, I guess I'm being blackballed. No, I'm not seeing any questions though. I don't know why that is. Maybe keep trying. That's weird. Josh Mitchell saying, always great content, Josh. Thanks for your services. I appreciate that. Thank you, Josh. That's a good first name, by the way. Let's see. Anish missed the call. Wanted to talk trades. We could do that if you have any in particular. I mean, I don't mind. Also, should have a video out. I mentioned this last weekend. Didn't work out schedule-wise, but should have one tomorrow that'll dive into that a little bit further as well. And shout out to the man himself, Anthony DeBona, who will be joining on that one. So stay tuned, but should get that out tomorrow. Elaine, what's up? How you doing? Hope all is well. Is it BAU 750? Whose defense is better, the Browns or the Bengals? That's a good question. Probably the Browns. Maybe. So it's hard, like, you could look at the stats on it, and I don't necessarily know where that falls into play, but they have no complementary offense, so it makes it life. But if we're just setting them aside, I would say probably Cleveland. They could use some help. So, and Easy does have a good point, though. To be honest, the Bengals played worse against the same teams. That's a very fair point. I could pull up the schedule too, because I was looking at that earlier. Let's see if I can get it in the full screen. There we go. So the Bengals' schedule so far, which everyone is fairly familiar with, I'm sure, at this point. But not the best start, obviously. You lose to New England 16-10. I think that killed about 90% of our survivor pools. It certainly killed mine. But 16-10 loss at home versus New England. And then at Kansas City, where Kansas City, their best player, the refs, who, by the way, shout out to if any refs are watching this, LASIK apparently is free for any NFL refs. I thought that's actually pretty cool and hilarious at the same time. If you didn't see that, there's actually, I think I can find the tweet. Yeah, this is some good stuff from LASIK.com, by the way, the LASIK Twitter account, which is, it's epic trolling as well, but they're offering free LASIK, and the tweets are pretty nice. So let's see. We tried to give Ron Torbert free LASIK, but he missed the call. I mean, and then they've even posted better vision, better calls, and I mean, you got the ref right there, which if anybody watched the game, this was, you could see it there vaguely, but it was a clear face mask on Sam Darnold. That did it cost the game? Who knows for sure? It ended it right there. So either way, you could make the argument. But yeah, they continue to post like all the stuff about giving referees free LASIK. So I don't know that there's a better like troll job / like truthfulness to it and saying they're trying to help, but they're capitalizing on their market, I suppose. Anyway, for what it's worth. Got off on a little bit of a tangent, but going back to the Bengals schedule as I was pulling it up. The Kansas City game, they could have, it's hard to say. Missed call there, pass interference, if you remember that one. Then Washington, they just, they got beat. Like, kudos to Washington. Jane Daniels played out of his mind. Washington was really good. And then Carolina, like, whatever, it's Carolina. They got to win. So, again, the argument becomes like, okay, They're 3-4. You're sitting here playing a 3-4 team that is hosting you, and they have wins versus the Panthers, the Giants, and the Browns. There's nothing scary about that resume, but they should have beat Baltimore. And yes, we could play the whole game. Well, they should have beat this thing. They didn't take care of business. You're right, but like 41-38 in overtime to Baltimore, who has been, just about juggernauts. Again, I know they got beat by the Kansas City Chiefs, but the Chiefs are just destined to make the Super Bowl. Getting DeAndre Hopkins and, seeing some people saying it's scripted anyway. Maybe so. But there's some things that you see there, you're like, okay, maybe. But there's also a lot of where there's going to be opportunities. Let's just say that. Against Cincinnati, good offense, Joe Burrow playing really well, but there's going to be opportunities. And it's going to come down, though, to quite a bit, I will say. Jalen Hurts, can he elevate his level of play? Can he make quicker decisions? I've got another point on that as well, but let me get to this super chat. Andrew with a 5-bomb, let's go, says, how much do you really think that this is actually Moore's offense? I am just having a hard time being convinced Sirianni isn't involved heavily still. Andrew, appreciate the 5 there, and I think that's the question that actually Andrew R. also, I see that comment as well. You missed all your bets because of that call, so I apologize to you. It's the question that we continue to ask. We've seen some elements of a Kellen Moore offense because there's some things that they've done that we did not see with Sirianni. So it's not a completely, all Nick being involved and Kellen Moore's just calling plays some, but there's still a lot. But again, without being in that room, and we hear it in press conferences, it's like, to what percentage, like how much is it on Jalen Hurts? How much are they dialing things back? They can't initiate some of the offense, or how much is it Nick Sirianni saying, nope, we need to focus in one particular area, or we're not going to do that? Or is it Kellen Moore, who's been, especially whenever you didn't have all of your full weapons on offense, and then the run game's working well enough against New York where you say we don't have to get as creative, we don't have to get as complex in the offensive play calling. Maybe, I don't know. Jalen has just not been good enough. So there's definitely an element to that. I'm not ready to full-blown, go out there and say, like some people have, of regression. I understand the argument and could be completely justified in a few weeks, and I'll be saying the same thing. But I need to see a couple more weeks at least from Jalen Hurts, from this offense. Try to utilize the middle of the field more. This game should be that because, by the way, the Bengals allow the lowest amount or the fewest amount of plays of 20 yards or more. And the Eagles lead the league in 20 yards or more plays, like explosive plays, basically. We'll term them that because that's what Nick Sirianni said. And he said that they're hunting big plays. So, I don't necessarily love the idea of hunting big plays. If they come to you, great. But if we're trying to go out there and say, oh, hey, run a go route. Hey, go, throw it deep, launch it. It's a good play if it's A.J. Brown one-on-one, yes. But like to a certain point, that's okay. Eventually, it becomes against good teams. Hey, we need to attack the middle of the field. Like analytics, statistics, everything else says that the middle of the field is the most efficient. If you can utilize it properly, is the most efficient throw. Same thing for on first down. The most efficient play in the NFL is a play action from under center on first down. We don't see it very often. We saw it the very first play against New York, which was, I believe, a first down to AJ. So we just got to slowly start seeing this thing. But again, I don't know that we'll ever know to what exact percentage. Is it Kellen Moore's offense? My hope is that as the year goes on, whether it's Jalen getting more confidence, whether it's Nick Sirianni backing off because he trusts Kellen Moore now, it's like, hey, we got some momentum, this is working, whatever. You start to see some of those extra nuances and things like that because, again, we come back to in training camp, we did hear of, hey, Jalen Hurts thrown over the middle a lot more. Jalen Hurts and the offense using motion and quick hitters and being decisive with the football. So I expected to see like, oh, time to throw is going to go down and Jalen's going to be making quicker decisions. Routes are going to be different. And, Yet, as we've all seen, there's been probably more similarities than not, and that's a little bit alarming, especially what we were, advertised beforehand. But understand the comment, understand the thought. CMV saying belated good evening, Josh. Hope you had a great week so far. Sorry I'm late. All good. No worries. Have had a great week. Been a little bit of a long week, a little tired, but we're good. Also, Weedosaurus, the D-Hop comment. Yeah, he's old. He's better than what they currently have, but his best years are definitely behind him. I mean, I would agree with that, but the fact that they have him based on the roster is also true. I will be getting the jersey to you, by the way, too. I saw your email. Just haven't gotten to it. Michael, I'm getting this comment here, so I'm going to read this one. I don't know if you sent multiple, but I do see this one, and I'm getting to these comments slowly but surely. But are we trading Eli Ricks is the question. And are we getting someone from the Raiders? Let's see. Is that a... I mean, I can just go... I guess I can fall for it, I suppose, and just say Max Crosby. Are we asking about Max Crosby, or are you just saying a Raiders player in general? It feels like you just are asking about Max Crosby if you say the Raiders. There could be others. Do you mean Max Crosby? For me... I'll just start out with the Eli Ricks part, and then Carlos, I'm going to get to your super chat. I don't see us trading Eli Ricks because I don't know how much value a team is going to have for him. What are you going to get ultimately? That's my point to it. If you could get some sort of value for a trade, I just don't know if it's a Max Crosby that we want to trade and say, hey, here's Eli Ricks, or any one of that. Does someone go, yeah, hey, you know what? It's got a decent amount of whatever it's worth. Like a difference of Nolan Smith, who I don't think is getting traded. I've seen some speculation and rumors and everything. Oh, hey, what if you get to trade Nolan Smith and you get extra value for him because he's a former first round pick and he's starting to show a little promise. So trade him while the hype is I don't know, better, I suppose. Still don't see that happening. But it'd make more sense where you say, okay, maybe a team would buy. Maybe a team would go, well, we see a few things on tape. We could potentially turn him into something. They'd sure still ask for a first-round pick and maybe a second-round pick and everything else. But, yeah, I don't really believe in an Eli Ricks trade. Now, to the Raiders comment, let's see. I don't know if... Okay, Michael, you're just saying in general? I don't know if there's anyone Raiders-wise necessarily. Max Crosby was linked by, and I'm going to say this very loosely linked by Diana Rossini of The Athletic, and also Jacob, what's his last name, Robertson maybe, or I'm going to probably ruin that one. But the two Athletic reporters for the Eagles as a hypothetical trade partner or a trade for Max Crosby. And so they listed it out. First round pick, a second round pick. I'd have to go back and check. Actually, wait. I may have it here. Let's see. It was. Yeah, here we go. I think I can. Maybe I can fit the whole thing on it. That's about all it's going to be. That's good enough. Anyway, there's the little snippet from Diana Rossini. And basically just, again, total hypothetical. But just to even put that out there is well, maybe she's hearing enough of there's some sort of potential interest, or it's not totally out of left field that could happen, but it still seems pretty far-fetched of Eagles acquire Max Crosby, sitting the Raiders, and you see it there. 2025 first, a 4th and 5th round pick, plus a 2026 second rounder. And then the reasoning justification is, Howie Roseman, history of acquiring big name win now talent. The A.J. Brown, as an example, 2 extra fifths, having it already, plus the Jets' 3rd in 2026. So to kind of use those in terms of the trade and or knowing that you're going to have something for the next couple drafts. And then just, naturally the reasoning for getting Max Crosby, which no one needs extra incentive, I guess, to get to get Crosby. But I still feel like it's totally like if that's the trade value that you have to give up to get a Max Crosby, then sure. Like I think he's worth it. Like you're getting rid of 2025 first. We're trading for him to ultimately win a Super Bowl, but to definitely make the playoffs. So your pick for a 2025 first is going to be towards the very back part of the draft anyway. And then 4th and 5th round pick, we've got plenty of fifths. You kind of offset that in a way. And then you're just looking at the 2026 second rounder, which is definitely something. But like, come on, we trust Howie. Howie, if there's one thing he can definitely do, it's to recoup picks, to end up making a way where it's trading on draft day, it's trading other acquisitions, it's collecting picks somehow, some way that he can make up for it and get guys back. So sure, if that is a legit compensation of what it would take, I think that a decent amount of us would want to get that. But I don't know if that's the legit asking price, as well as, do the Raiders, do they actually trade him? Do they want to make that trade? So Tony's saying they should not trade Nolan. That's crazy. I agree. As Elaine says, we do need a pass rusher. See, I think that this, and I'm going to get to Carlos, your comment here. Appreciate the 5. Says the trajectory of this team is where it needs to be with 2 new coordinators. They are finding their footing. By week 11 to 12, we'll know our identity. I like the optimism. I think we might be closer than that, honestly. 3 or 4 weeks away, finding it. I don't mind that. I think we might be closer to finding the identity now. Heck, if you beat the Bengals, and then you got Jacksonville, and then, Dallas after that. So I think that there's an opportunity for finding that identity before that. Like if we, like I say, this week, and then really even next week. But this one could really change the mindset, I think, for a lot of guys. Because if you go into Cincinnati, a place that historically Eagles organization has not won, 0-4-1, 1 tie, and walk out with a dub, then that's already confidence. But then if you say, hey, you got maybe a turnover or 2, and the defense played well, and you limited Cincinnati to, let's just say, 17 points, 20 points, something like that. If it's anything lower than that, it's fantastic. But 17, 20, and the offense goes out there and scores 27, 30, it'd be phenomenal. Now, yeah, maybe that's a lot to ask, but if we score first in the first quarter, then we could change things. Heck, the Eagles are, I think, second in the NFL, offensively, second in the NFL after their first 2 possessions of a game. It's there's not even words really to describe accurately and fully how bad the Eagles are in the first 2 possessions of the game. But then after that, they turn things on, and they're like, hey, you know what? I don't know why we couldn't have this happen sooner, but for whatever reason, once they get going, then hey, we don't have as many issues. But that's not the recipe for success, we all know, against quality teams. You can't start out behind the 8 ball that many times. Cranky Cletus, I like that trade actually. Myles Garrett for Eli Ricks. Sure. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. Makes sense to me. Let's see. Get to some of these other comments as well. The K-Dude says this game will make or break us. It's kind of drastic. It is a big game, but like, what do you mean? Whenever you say that, this game will make or break us. Also, previously you said we could realistically go 12-5. So that's solid. That's optimistic there. But like, I hear you in terms of if the game can make us. Sure, if you go in there, you play positive. But like when you say break us, what are we talking? Like what kind of score? What kind of outcome are you saying to this game could break us? Because I feel like even if you were to go in and lose, sure, none of us want that. But like if you were to go in to lose, there's still a way that you come out of that thing going like, all right, there's some positives. Yes, there's some negatives, but we don't have to go overboard. Because, I mean, let's be honest. Like, this is the time when the Cincinnati Bengals are usually one of the best teams in the NFL for whatever reason. Like, we talk about the Eagles can't start in the first quarter. The Cincinnati Bengals, since, 2021, 2020, they can't start a football season off on the right foot. Like, they just dig themselves a hole that they have to try to climb out of. And, hey, kudos to them that a lot of times they seem to be able to do that or get close. But lose games early, and then all of a sudden, they turn things on. So they're a 3-4 team, yes, albeit against not the greatest competition that they have wins, but, they might be able to. I'm sure they're looking at their own schedule and team going, all right, we can do this. We can build this momentum. We have a Philadelphia team coming in here, but there's opportunity for us. So I don't know. There's opportunity on both sides. I'm seeing some of the other comments here. I don't know what just happened. Fanny's saying this ain't no dating app. Fitness, Josh, do you think Sidney Brown should start over CJ GJ? In my opinion, I do. I do not even. I do not. Even though I'm a bigger fan of Sidney than CJ GJ. It's an interesting question. I would say, as of right now, no. Maybe eventually. But I think Sidney's probably trying to get acclimated still, or at that moment where we're trying to get him to full game speed. So if CJ Gardner-Johnson has some issues with the coverage, which he seemed to clean up better, again, we're going to get a much better test also for this matchup than we did against a team like New York or Cleveland, because pre-bye week, CJ was one of the worst safeties in coverage in the NFL. So we'll know if it was kind of fool's gold, or we'll know if it's actually legit with how they're able to handle Jamar Chase and or T. Higgins, Joe Burrow in the offense. Also the tight ends as well. But yeah, I would say CJ for right now. Eventually, maybe, if he struggles, and I'm not even saying necessarily in this game, but in a couple games from now. It would be cool, though, I will say, if Sidney Brown gets a few snaps in and is able to make a tackle on his twin brother, Chase. Like, regardless, it's going to be fun, but, as a twin and can relate to that in a little bit of a sense, like, it's always fun to play in a game with your brother. It's a unique dynamic when you haven't played against him maybe ever. I don't know if they have ever in their lifetime, but like usually, you're on the same team. So, and growing up, they certainly were in high school and college. So to play against each other in an NFL game, yeah, it'd be kind of cool if Sidney gets a good shot on Chase. We're not saying any injuries, of course, but just a good hit to Bro. Elaine saying not giving up on Jalen. Let him do his thing. He has it. There you go. I'm not giving up on him either. There are some people I've seen some comments. Seen some comments in those videos, in the shorts, in the long form vid. Like, I understand. Hey, Greg Hosell ripping him a new one. Seems like every single week, and there's some validity. There's a decent amount of validity. I'm not saying that, but I'm holding off just a little bit, and I could end up, being proven dead wrong. But I want to see a few more weeks, and maybe we'll have a little bit of different play calling. It's possibly all on Jalen, and then we might be looking at even bigger and worse issues. But as we've said, like, Jalen Hurts does not need to be an elite quarterback. As crazy as that may sound, he doesn't have to. If he's a good quarterback, it's more than good enough for this team. There's tons of talent on it. That's all he's got to be. Fanny saying it's a must-win for both teams. Jason Blessing, what's up? Good to see you. Brian's going with the every game is a must-win. I mean, I hear you. Yes, you want to. I'm just saying, like, it's not a make or break. Like John's go. Yeah, not a make or break, but winning is always a better outcome for sure. We're all in the mindset there. Tracy going with the prediction of Mitchell getting his pick in this game. That's what a lot of people want to see. Then there's a follow-up. I think I saw a couple comments on this, but yes, the prediction of Q to drop the interception. Poor guy. We've seen that a couple times. Rich, what's up? Saying, hey, all. Thanks as always, Josh. Absolutely. Appreciate you. The follow-up, too, of K-Dude. Yeah, I think this game will show us how good we really are. We'll find out a lot, I think. It's understandable to come away with the New York and Cleveland games, and I get it. I mean, I'm always going to be optimistic, but even coming away from those, it's like you make a statement, you say something about the game, and then you're like, but I do understand. It is with the caveat that it is a team or teams that are near the bottom, certainly in offensive categories. So let's see. Zachariah's got 23-20. Eagles sneak it out. I don't mind that. I actually said 23-20 as well. I think that was Wednesday, but I like that prediction. Trenton Wright's got a 34-31, so higher scoring. Zach here, don't disrupt the edge rusher room with a trade. Those guys are just starting to gel together. Love Myles Garrett, but we don't need that. I'd rather trade Jordan Davis for some draft picks. All right. I mean, I hear you. I don't think compensation-wise it makes sense, but I mean, Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett. So again, I think it's impossible, but it's if you were to add him or a caliber even close to a Myles Garrett, like, it obviously helps. And I know you're not saying that, but there's kind of like in between both of those scenarios. Also, Zach, appreciate the 2. I don't see the comment there, but got the other one previously, so I do appreciate that. By the way, there's also, on that note, about the defense gelling, there's an article from Chris Franklin that I saw recently, so shout out to him. And you guys might have already seen this, but I came across it, must have missed it somehow. But there was an incident apparently at practice recently that kind of brought the team together, apparently. So this was from Nakobe Dean, I believe. I think he was talking in a sidebar conversation with Chris. I don't know that I saw it in one of the press conference sessions. Again, it might have been there, so if it was and you guys saw this, heard this, great. It's old news. But I totally missed it if it did. But right here, I mean, you see, so Nakobe Dean saying something happened that you'd think would have pulled us apart, but it brought us closer. And this was before the Browns game. So this was like coming out of the bye week, Browns game, and trying to get things figured out. And he's saying something happened. And then he says, we have our goals. We know what we want to do positionally as a unit and as a team. We're building it up and trying to be 1-0 every day. And then as Chris, goes on to explain, saying what happened is yet to be known. They're not sharing the full details, but basically the team's bond's been strengthened. Each player and coach more comfortable with one another. And then the follow-up to that of Dean just saying the chemistry now, compared to the beginning of the season, exponentially better. And I feel like we're comfortable playing around each other, comfortable with the coaching, with Vic, and trusting them with what we're doing, trusting each other, make plays, and practicing hard. So, again, I don't know if that was public before. I totally missed it if it was. I didn't include it in one of the other videos, so I would have if I'd seen it sooner. But this article, I believe, just got posted today, which, again, it's an older quote, but I don't think it's like a drastic one. Or reposted today by Chris, so I might have missed that. But either way, like an incident from practice and having something like that happen for Nakobe Dean to call it out, I'm like, okay, you know what? Again, talk is cheap, and we want to see it live out on the field, but we have seen it from the Cleveland game and from the Giants one. Can they carry this on the road against a better opponent? Anyway, reason, at least for some optimism, I will say that, because if the team is coming together, we feel like they're gelling and they're actually going to make that difference, then there you go. All right, let me see. Frank from Philly, we need to win this NFC division. We'll have a good chance. Jaden Daniels, by the way, is injured, and is he officially out? I didn't check to follow up on that. I'm sure you guys already know this as I'm searching now, but just officially when it comes to the defense. Well, I'm not finding Let's see. Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter officially listing Jaden Daniels as questionable. And then Ian Rappaport says Dan Quinn told reporters that Jaden Daniels did wind up practicing today, and we really pushed it. So they'll evaluate his status over the next 48 hours, but could be determined on Sunday. So I don't know. Feels like he might. Jaden Daniels said if it's up to him, he's playing, but it might not be totally up to him. So we'll see. They could lose though. Chicago, interesting matchup. But yes, this division is still definitely within play. Fanny. Here's the thing, saying if we win, they'll still say, but it's the Bengals. Maybe. How many people are buying that? I mean, yes, to a certain point, it's like the Eagles, and there's always excuses for it. But if we beat the Bengals, it's not on the same level as the Giants and the Browns. But like, is it going to be a lot of but it's just the Bengals? Like, just wait, because the Eagles still beat the Packers, and look at the Packers record right now, the teams that they've beaten. So we say, yeah, but we've got wins over playoff-worthy teams, over teams that have a very good record. Sure, we have some losses that are ugly, but kind of going back and forth. I think that Cincinnati on the road in Cincinnati would be fairly worthy. 27-17, 24-17, 24-21, 34-24. Lots of Eagles picks. Justin 29-23. Tyler's comment here, I'll always be on the move or on the all-in move for Myles Garrett. Can't necessarily knock it, I will say that. Zach, I also see the comment here later, but I do appreciate that, saying you're welcome for setting you up for that article transition. It was perfect timing. Thank you. Some things are just, is it serendipitous? Let's see. Michael, 28-27. Brandon's torn have Burrow in your fantasy football league, and he's been killing it. Yeah, that's it's a tough situation there. I hope that they shut him down. Fangio's had a track record, well, one game, but like one game history of being able to limit Joe Burrow. It was like 150-something yards and one touchdown, I believe. Way back in 2021 that I mentioned earlier. Tyler question here. Josh, do you know when the Devin White cut was? Which one are you just like what, the Eagles one? I have to go back and check exactly, but he got signed by the Texans, right? Getting in some practices. The Texans do like some former Eagles players. Texans got Derek Barnett, obviously, whenever that happened. Last year, Devin White. And there's one other guy. I'm forgetting. There's one other, isn't there? I think Anthony posted about that. There was one other Eagles player. Was it Teron Jackson, maybe? One other Eagles player that was getting a workout or something with the Texans. All right, other comments as far as Bengals. That's fair. Yeah, Tony's going, we beat a bad Bengals team. They still win. D. Luna, we beat the Saints. We did. We did beat the Saints. Which I don't know. It's weird to say. Like, it looked like a good win, and then they have a lot of injuries, and we kind of break them in a bit, but doesn't look as great. ABM saying, so you can hear it's the Bengals. Because the rest of the division beat the Bengals. The rest of the division didn't mean. I mean, the Giants lost to him, and the Cowboys will probably lose to him. Right? K-Dude, I think we're going to sweep Dallas this year. We better. We bet for once, we better. I mean, Dallas is not. I'm interested to see the Sunday Night Football game. Like, you got to choose. Obviously, you're going to say, hopefully the Niners win. Yeah, right? I mean, you could, I guess, root for a tie, but you'd probably cheer for the Niners to beat the Cowboys, of course. Might be without several playmakers, though, for the Niners. They were 6.5-point favorites, and now it's like 4.5. I don't know. Oh, Tyler, that's a good question. Good point. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, do you believe the cut for Devin White had anything to do with the guys gelling during the bye week? I don't know. That's interesting. That would be that's an interesting thought. Let's see. What was the exact date of that? It was very close to it. I don't know, I might have to look this up a little bit more. But that is an interesting point. The only part, too, is like October 8th. Yeah, October 8th was the release there. And then yeah, that'd be interesting. That's probably about the same timeline. I don't know. Yeah, Michael H. addition by subtraction. I wouldn't totally put that past him. Yeah. The only interesting part to me though there is saying like, okay, and it's wording choice. I guess it depends, but like Nakobe saying it's an incident that happened that could have pulled us apart or normally would have pulled us apart, but it made us closer. I don't know. You could speculate a million different reasons, but yeah. That's interesting, Tyler. That's a good point you bring up there. Maybe so, because there's some reason that they got rid of him, and he never saw the field, and you don't hold on to him for depth and anything there. So, you say you're not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but just thought go Birds. But that's, I mean, I hear you, but that is interesting. That is a good point that you bring up that I have not considered until you're talking about that. Okay. Well, I'm going to think about that one further. Fitness, let's see. Josh, do you think the Saints offense is better than the Bengals offense? It's hard to say. I mean, not right now, all the injuries. If they're both fully healthy, Bengals are better, I think, yeah. Even if they're fully healthy. Weapons, you could argue in a couple instances, but ultimately, who's the better quarterback? I mean, it's for sure Joe Burrow. So, yeah, I think Cincinnati is more difficult. But it'll be curious to see like what personnel they run, because they've been starting to run a lot more 12 personnel, so getting both tight ends on the field. And when you start doing that or seeing that, we've seen Fangio go to the NASCAR package, and you have 5 down linemen, and that's been successful for Philly, not only stopping the run, which Cincinnati does not run the football very well, but also getting some pressure to the quarterback. So we'll see. Cincinnati offensive line a little bit banged up. Looks like Orlando Brown is going to play, but he did suffer the calf strain that made him leave the game last week. So probably not 100%. I just don't know what or to what extent that ends up being. Let's see. Lewis asking about Zach Bond. Zach Bond, yeah, completely healthy. Got full practice. Was listed as the shoulder, but fully healthy. Ryan saying that it's not make or break, but historically 5-2 team make the playoff like 85% of the time. Yes, very true. That's a good point. I believe specifically for the Eagles numbers, I think someone was doing a breakdown video on this, and it was like close-ish to that. I think it was like 70, 78, something in the high 70s. But yeah, drastic difference of make the playoffs versus not if you lose the game. And same thing for the Bengals. I mean, they're fighting for it because it's like, okay, 3-4. If you drop to 3-5, that's much less than obviously getting to 500. So. Tyler actually saying, I want to see the Cowboys win so the 49ers get closer to missing the playoffs. All right. Maybe. We'll see. The K-Dude question about Covey coming back. Believe it's week 11, I think, was the earliest speculated. It's not like official or anything. I believe that was the last comment that I had seen or article talking about his potential availability. So we'll see. And when will Cooper DeJean, will he continue to return punts? Or will they, Anaya Smith, if he gets signed and on the active roster or out of the IR spot? I don't know. Be interesting to see where they put him. Fangio doesn't want him to return punts, but I don't know. He might not get that safe. They continue to just keep him there. Let's see. Bonzology says, come on, Josh, talk more X's and O's, bro. How do you explain 1 for 13 on third down against the Giants, throwing a low percentage bomb to AJ on fourth down, Dean to get east-west faster, CJGJ do his job, etc.? Yeah, I mean, we can discuss it a little bit further if you want to. I mean, exact questions on those. They need to be better. I'm not saying that they were good, but like, sometimes it feels like it's so far from one extreme to the other. It's like either we need to be like full bore, this team can win the Super Bowl now, or this team is trash. And I know that it's not like completely, but it feels like that's the two sides of the spectrum there. It's like it can be, hey, look, they need to improve, but they are better. They're getting better. So, yeah, 1 for 13 doesn't cut it. They were running the football a ton. It's more conservative there. You didn't see as much. The Giants, I mean, I don't know. I think offensively, you look at the Bengals team, and again, we talked about this, but like they only scored 17 against the Giants. So the Giants defensively, they can be good. They can make plays. You give them credit. The pass blocking was not as good. Again, Jalen did not play as good as you need him to. He only threw the ball 14 times, but he still didn't throw the ball as well as you need him to. Made a great play to AJ. I mean, he made the check to AJ there on the fourth down. I get it that it's a low percentage, but I mean, how many times does AJ do this? AJ Brown in one-on-one coverage, man-to-man coverage this year, and I had the graphic earlier. I don't think I have it right now, but it is 158.3 passer rating, like on a one-on-one shot to AJ. It's perfect. Like you just there's not a better option. So I mean. Yes, percentages, analytics probably say don't take that shot, but if you get an opportunity to, I mean, I don't care if it's first, second, third, or fourth down, Jalen's going there because it's A.J. Brown. Now, sure, if it's an incomplete pass, I get it. Like, we would all be, like, super upset. The play called there, the decision-making, what do we do? Like, you only need a couple yards to pick up a first down. Why are we taking a deep shot? That's not the yes, there's all the hate, all the criticism that certainly is full force at that point. But I don't know. You take the good with the bad. They definitely need to improve. But I mean, not that this is all the time, but you've seen teams where during the middle of the season, it's like, man, are they even going to make the playoffs? Like, are they going to be any sort of factor? And then all of a sudden you start to get a little bit more towards the later part of the season. You get some momentum. You're healthy. You stay healthy. So we knock on wood, fingers crossed that continues. And I don't know. You take it to another level as you slowly get better. But yes, there's certainly areas. I get it. Like you said, even on the defense, yes. Nakobe Dean. Good with blitzing. Coverage is still a liability. It was better, but we're going to see. I mean, Cincinnati is going to utilize Jamar Chase and T. Higgins if he's available, but they're also going to use the tight end game. So he's going to be pressed into coverage. Marcus, what's up? Going to Philly to likely see the Flyers lose tomorrow. Okay, well, at least you're going. I mean, hopefully you have a fun time. Hopefully they win for you, but still. All right, getting to some of these other comments as well. Trying to catch up also. Let's see. Is it Salty? I'm not going to say the whole one. Salty. Yo, can I get a quick shout out? What's up? Love watching your show on my lunch breaks. Thanks for keeping us up with all the Eagles news and happenings. Keep it up, bro. Thank you. Do appreciate that. Let's see. Where's the other one? I saw another comment. John with the Covey not going to be a factor. Yeah, DeJean should not risk injury returning punts. Totally agree. Jake and Josh, you still got beef with Slay. I mean, I don't have beef with Slay. Like, I'm blocked by him still. I imagine that'll never change. But whatever, you know. He played better. Again, I don't mind giving him a shout out when he plays well. It's just like the accountability and the continual common denominator behind that. That's why I had an issue. I said something about it. He blocked me. Okay, whatever. We move on. It's not like I don't root for him to, like, look, I'll be, even if we don't see eye to eye on that, I'm not sitting there on Sunday and going like, and I've seen some comments. People are like, hey, get Slay out of there. Don't play. If he's going to be out there, I'm going to be like rooting for him to play as well as he can. Still going to cheer on the team. iThumb's never going to be perfect game in our eyes, for sure. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Trenton, AJ will always beat man coverage. Yes, again, I mean, that's why he's always open. That's why we made the always open emojis right there. Actually, that made me think of this. Somebody made a comment. I apologize because I'm not going to remember who that is or who that was. But somebody was asking for a Saquon Barkley emoji, which I think is a fantastic idea. And I've started to try to brainstorm on getting an emoji made for Saquon. But what should that emoji be? If I added an emoji for, again, it's available to all members, which, by the way, we'll do the spin here in a second for the ticket giveaway to any Eagles game. But if I do an emoji, what do I go with for Saquon? Because, like, here, look, I'll post these for some people. Even if you're not a member, I'm curious to get your thoughts. But, like, there's some automatic ones. These are not all of them, but they're kind of like the main ones. You know, like the Slim Reaper one. Obviously, the Jalen pointing, always open sign made sense. Sexy Batman, the Bread Man. Like, you know, all those are kind of iconic. But I was kind of trying to figure out, like, emoji-wise, what do I use that's like a cartoonish version that actually, I mean, it could be words, I suppose, but like for lane, even, for example, you know, it's like pave the lane. So I got a paver, basically. It just says lane. But I'm curious to brainstorm and get some ideas. Yes, Lewis, Slay did block me. It's all good. Bonsology, come on, man. Oh my gosh. First time Slay ever took on a block. Well, he's actually blocked several people, but I hear you there. Anthony, what's up? Here he is, Mr. DeBona himself. I was letting everyone know that there may be an appearance on the video tomorrow. So, showing up. Daniel, that's fair. After last year's collapse, we can't believe we just have to doubt it and hope we were wrong. Okay, just bracing yourself. I get it. Maybe I'm just the because of being the eternal optimist. It's like, all right, hey, new season, I'm ready to get hurt again. Like it's the whole Michael Scott meme or GIF. Like it's just that's where it's at. But I hear you. Chris Phillips, Josh, love your work. Thanks for all you do. I do have a question. How are you a Philly fan but live in Texas? Appreciate that. Thank you. And no worries. I will answer this one. Again, a lot of people have heard this story, so I'll answer it in a quick form here. But born and raised in Dallas, family are Cowboys fans. Almost all of them Cowboys fans. So grew up watching games, only had the local channels. All we had to watch were Cowboys games. And, I was told about this great team that was apparently. I'm 32, so I don't remember any of the glory days of the Cowboys. So watching the games, never the Eagles always beat them. I mean, I'm watching that, and it was the pickle juice game for me that ultimately turned the tide, I guess. And I was like, why do I have to be a Cowboy? Like, just because, my dad and my grandpa, like my family for the most part, are all Cowboys fan. Like, why do I need to be a Cowboys fan? So I saw the light, and I repented, and then became an Eagles fan. So, and then ever since then, just growing up, like, been an Eagles fan for so long, it doesn't matter. Like, you're invested in a team, obviously. So, I don't know. I would have been like, what would that have been? 8 years old, something like that, 7 or 8, somewhere around that time frame. I'm not great with math, but I think it's about then. But yeah, so it definitely changed family reunions, holiday get-togethers, gatherings there, but they've come to accept me and love me as I have them. It's all love with the family. They're very, very supportive, even if they don't necessarily agree with the team that is being supported there. Jackson Vaught, what's up? How's it going? Appreciate that comment. Thank you. Love how you're honest and pretty even. I try to be. I know that I can. I know I can be maybe too optimistic for some people. I try to be positive. Salty says your family hates your villain arc. Oh gosh, that's great. Okay, I am seeing these comments too. I was curious about the Saquon emoji. Turkey legs, 2 pictures of 2 large quads with 2 6 on it. Okay, some of these are like, they're good, but I don't. Man, you guys must think I have a better. Me and or my wife have a better concept. I don't know what that would look. Just 2 random quads with 2. That's just fitness. Come on, that's just asking for someone. No, that's. There's a Sake John. Is that how I would pronounce that one? I guess from Jason. LK with a Saquon face screaming could possibly do that. Marcus, yeah, maybe just make a John Mara emoji with the quotes. What I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping. That might work. Jake gonna do a collab with Philly 500. Yeah, actually, we were trying to do one. I believe I was gonna go on his at one point, and then there was schedules that did not work out, but hopefully soon. After last year, I never want to hear a win is a win again. Bonzology. It's a little bit different, I guess. Membership for this idea. Let's see. QM for Quinyon Mitchell in, trademark superscript. Interesting. I don't hate that. That could be good. Mega John, make him have huge quads. Just change. That's actually not a bad idea either. Cosmos Godzilla with huge quads. Okay. All right, y'all have given me a couple different options here, and I do appreciate that. So I'm gonna have to think more about it. Yep, love the idea of the Godzilla, Quadzilla. Okay. Well, like I say, there is something that I'm trying to work on. I just haven't really put it into put it into practice or actually publish anything yet. But I was like, all right, we've got a lot of different emojis. We have to have a Saquon one. For right now, the only thing that's the closest to applying really is the Let's Run It. So we do have the Let's Run It font, but that's all. We got the shirts too, by the way. There's a link in the description if you want to get a Let's Run It shirt. Support the show, the channel. The shirts are extremely good quality. I do understand they're a little bit more expensive, but figured if we're going to do it, at least maybe a shirt that you really enjoy wearing. But if you want to, again, support the show or just make sure and wear it around, who knows, you run into Nick Sirianni and just say like, hey, man, just make sure, this is what we're doing. We should be running the football. Run first team. Stick to it. Don't change it up. Yes, Trent and I did a collab not too long ago with Lord Brunson. We had it was with Justin Pugh, but yeah, that was good. DeLuna collab with Philly Mike. Yep, totally up for that one. Again, we tried to do one. I want to say it was back in the off season, maybe, and schedules didn't work out. But during the season's a little bit tougher. I know just for usually schedules and posts and already scheduled streams and everything else, but. Yeah, definitely soon. I mean, at the very least, for sure in the off season, but hopefully before that. K-Dude, you friends with Philly Fan 21? I would, I guess, say yeah. Like Evan, I've communicated some. I don't exactly know how I would phrase. Like I would view him as a friend, as a peer content creator, Eagles guy. But we haven't like collaborated too much. As far as I don't know if he does too many live streams. I haven't seen very many live streams, but yeah, there's been back and forth. Definitely love Evan's content. Appreciate all that. Mario. Oh, there's more of these. Okay, it does feel like there's a lot of the Godzilla 26. Oh, that is a good point though. Yeah, Ryan's saying AJ Dillon is Quadzilla, but nobody remembers. You're the only one. No, I know. There's probably other, but. A.J. Dillon, like that applied for college, but he hasn't had the career to really live up. Like we could easily say, Saquon, you can just go ahead and take that. It's a fair point though. We'll see. Mario, welcome to the Let's Run It membership tier, and just in time, by the way. Going to do the spin for the tickets to any member, so you got in right at the buzzer. But it counts nonetheless. Or either that or it's a re-up. I think it might be a re-up based on that color of the helmet. But still, you're back in. So, good for you. And you may win this. Who knows? You may win the tickets. So I'm going to spend that here in, maybe like 2 or 3 more minutes. Something like that. Gabrielle asking, how do I enter the giveaway? So this one is specifically for members. I do a lot of them for subscribers, do a lot of them in the videos and everything else, but the last Friday of the month is the member giveaway. And again, just for those that are joining now or have not heard it, but it's for 2 Eagles tickets, any game of your choice. And I'll let the member know. They'll have a little while to claim the ticket, probably at least a week. But because it's memberships, like a lot of times they're on the stream, which is great. That makes it easier. But other times it's like, okay, I hear from them in like a day. So sometimes with those other ones, we wait a while, or I've had to re-give something back out. And there you go, Marcus with the 1 Philly Special Show membership. So there you go, Mike Bittner. Will appreciate that. Let me get Mike's name in here. So Mike is entered into the giveaway, which, by the way, I found out. Mark is saying, good luck, Mike. See, you should make sure that now that he has it, whether he realizes it or not, because I found out that even if you do the gifted membership, sometimes people are not in the live stream. I didn't realize. I thought it was like someone who's live on the stream. It actually is randomized for people on the subscribers, just random subscribers. Sometimes it's in person, sometimes it's not. But Mike is here. There you go. See, he says thank you. Now, what you should do is, Marcus, you should make sure that Mike takes you if he wins. And maybe you do vice versa. But I'm going to leave that up to you guys. But, Mike, you're entered into the giveaway thanks to Marcus. So, someone asking, how do you become a member? Okay, I'll post this up here. And I'll give a little bit more time. I don't want to take forever with this, but let's see. Here is, I think, the official link. It should be in the description as well. You can go check it out in the description. There should be a link that says, like, become a member. I should know what it says verbatim, but I don't. Or, let's see. Here's the, I think this is the correct. That link there, if you click that, it should take you to the right section. So, let's see. Is that Zatek? I may not say that one correct. Zatek? Welcome to Let's Run It. All right, let me make sure and get yours in here. Got you down. And Ramon asking, yes, this one's just specific for the members. Again, just the special, just the extra give back because, members regular give back and everything else. PG-16 Dark, how can you win the helmet? Yes, you can win the helmet by subscribing. As long as you're subscribed, one of the first 80,000 subscribers, you will win the Saquon Barkley helmet, which is absolutely insane. Kelly Green, signed helmet, pretty legit. Let's see here. We got... Oh, the K-Dude. I'm actually glad you asked this question here. Do you make your own thumbnails or do you have someone who makes them for you? Yes, I do. I make my own thumbnails. So all of them that you see. My wife made them for a little while because she is absolutely more talented than I am. And then she taught me basically how to do Photoshop, which was about probably about a year ago now. So for about the last year, definitely like the last 8 months or so, have been doing the thumbnails. The thumbnail for this live stream, I'm not gonna lie, but like it might be one of my favorites. There's something about the orange and the green that goes together. I know, getting way off on a tangent here. I'm just buying time for people to get in their last minute entries for this membership giveaway. But it's just crisp and clean and something about a good thumbnail. But I'm nerding out about it, I guess. Anyway. I don't even know how to pronounce. Is that Ray in very interesting text? I think that's Ray. Josh calling it now. I'm going to get that helmet. Okay. Well, good luck to you. Tabor Tots also. Let me make sure and get that one in. Tabor Tots, welcome to the Let's Run It. Oh gosh, what did I do here? How did I do that? Wow. I don't know what I did. I hit one button and it changed to the computer screen, the Shannon Sharp screen. We don't need that. Wow, we got Cranky Cletus with a 5 Philly Special Show memberships. You got, appreciate that. All right, I gotta get these all down now. This is good, but make sure you don't miss this. Okay, so we have Tabor Tots, then Cranky Cletus with the gifted 5, which means Jenna, is it Wyrick? Hopefully. Is in. Andrew Meyer. Keisha. Shaquille. And Aiden Sofianos. Let's go. All right, I'm making sure I'm getting these. Don't want to miss anybody. And then looks like we got another one here. Philly. Let's go. Welcome to the Let's Run It as well. So let me get that one down. All right. Comment also saying, long-time subscriber. Let's see how this membership goes. Well, it would be awesome for you if you were to... other people might be upset, just joining in and getting that membership. But Let's do it. Let's run it. Appreciate that. Frank from Philly, exactly 10 months as of today. Heck yeah. 10 months, man. Your odds are, I'm going to say that your odds are better the longer this thing goes. I know that it's white noise at this point. I understand that, Frank. At some point, surely. It's unreal to remember. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Chan's asking, did I make the cut? Bonzology, I do. I still live in Dallas. All right, I'm going to spin soon. I just was making sure. Rich Homie, appreciate the one. Let's go. I don't see, well, what is that, a peach? Did you put that up there? I think you did. You chose the sticker, so thank you. Marcus, dude, appreciate that. Says, for real, Josh, I don't know what you did or if it's just Eagles fans, but your community is awesome. It is just Eagles fan. I can guarantee you it is nothing that I did, but yeah, you guys are the best. So that was the goal of starting this channel, and definitely with the Hangouts and everything else, just building the community and getting it up to I mean, I never imagined anything like this, but like for the streams, the game streams, everything. By the way, also people that are here too and don't know this, or even for those that do and you hang out during the game streams. So I'm just going to do this now, and I'll mention this again probably in the most upcoming video. If the Eagles beat the Bengals, and I'm going to get to some of these other memberships as well. And by the way, I'm going to get these other memberships, but I'm going to give it like maybe like 2 or 3 more minutes. If you're going to get a membership, get it now, because I'm not going to let this thing go all night. I know that there are people that are waiting for this thing to spin and then jump off. But get it in last minute. If you miss it and you do get a membership, you're watching this back, like it's the last Friday of every month. So just, re-up or get your membership. But I was going to say, if the Eagles beat the Bengals, I'm going to give away a Eagles jersey, any Eagles jersey of your choice, for anyone on the live stream during the game. So it'll be after the game, obviously, but during the quick recap post-game show that Thomas and I do. If the Eagles win, all you got to do is be on my channel stream, and I'm going to say, hey, comment, whatever. And I figured out a way, finally, thankfully, to do it during a live stream. So we'll do just a randomized picker for someone who comments whatever name or word that we put up there to win. So anyway, for those that are interested, or even if it's after the game, be like, hey, swing by and get a chance to win a jersey if the Eagles win. So we're just putting that out there. Hopefully that helps with the positive vibes and the Eagles actually win. But let's see. Lar, the member for 11 months, any updates on your road trip to Philly? Yes, a little bit. Not full details yet. I mean, we're going to be there for the Commanders game. Going to try to hang around beforehand or get together. So we'll share more details whenever we have something specific. But yes, definitely Commanders game. I'm fairly certain that I will also go to the Dallas game in Philly, week 17. I don't know 100%, but I'm trying to make that work. And it's kind of like also depending on where the Eagles and Cowboys are. If it's a meaningless game, who knows? But I got the go-ahead from the wife, so we'll make sure schedule-wise. I mean, I should say yes, but like, you know how it is. It's like we'll make sure. She's all good with it, but it's December 29th, so like holidays and stuff like that too. But I mean, if it's a meaningful game of any sort, then like it's pretty certain. All right, Dat Boy. Let's see, got that one. So welcome to the Let's Run It. Got you down here. Rich Homie, Eagles fans from Texas Unite. Appreciate the 2. Heck yeah. Let's see. I'm going to make sure I get to these others. It's Privia with the Let's Run It. Got you down. Heck yeah. Eagle won, yeah. Hey, I won the draft jersey. You did. Donovan, what's up? Pumped for the game this Sunday. Heck yeah. That will be an awesome one. Was not able to go to Cincy, obviously, but it should be a good game. So one of these times, hopefully soon. I was bummed about that, but let's see. Privy with the 2. Also, Smitty going to have 70 plus. Yeah, I think they're going to get him involved. 1 catch for -2 yards, probably a little bit. Dylan, yes, Josh, make that Week 17 game. We are trying, bro. That's very, very possible as of right now. Datboy says, my sons have a basketball game Sunday, so I'll be listening to this at their game, listening to this while at their game, supporting them. Heck yeah. Family first, for sure. But, you put it on the side. Make sure you're there and hanging out. Appreciate that, though. Got you down for the giveaway, too. Tyler with the 5 bomb of the Go Birds. Heck yeah, Go Birds. PG-16. You the Dude, Thomas Mott. Pod has the You the Dude and... Is it You the Dude on? I guess it's... Sorry, I'm struggling. You and the Dude on the Thomas Mott pod has the best podcast hands down. Appreciate that. Thank you. Tyler, I'm going to bring the conspiracy up to Mr. DeBona, and we'll see what he says, because I am curious. Anthony, you will be informed, unless maybe shares here. Okay, I'm going to spin. I think I got all the entries in for the membership, and this has gone on for a while, so appreciate you guys bearing with me as we're making sure, getting all the entries for everybody. So we've got the wheel itself. I'm going to share the screen. And this is all the members based on tier, based on longevity, based on, membership tier and longevity. I guess it's the main two. All right, screen share. Make sure that works. Here you go. And good luck all. We will spin this, and this person will have, as usual, a week to claim the tickets. Who will it be? Good luck all. Ian, I'm not sure. We'll see. Who is going to win the tickets? It is... Who is it? Dan Fagan. I think that's how we say the last name. Dan. Congratulations, Dan. Come on down. Hopefully you're actually on this stream. The odds are you're... I don't know. I mean, there's more members usually on the streams than not, but congratulations, Dan. You have won. You will be able to get on it. Daniel Sand saying, crap, I missed the entry. You got it. You as long as, you're a member, so I got you down. Every member I went through and have the entry, so you should be good. Had every member from right before the stream is collecting all the info there. So again, Dan Fagan, congratulations, you have won. Just email me, let me know. And Dan will have a week to claim the tickets to any game of his choice. And there you go. You have a chance. Congratulations. All right. Yes, I know. Yeah. No, I'm seeing some comment. No, I had everyone that was a member. I went through and double check it. Some of the names on there are like really small, but I did double check and have all of the members that were listed on this one. That's what usually does that for like the Thursday before. But Muhammad says Dan left. He said I can have it. All right, well, I guess I'll take your word for it. Dan, congratulations. You have given it away to Muhammad there, I suppose. No, Dan will have 1 week. Just, email me. I'll post this in the community page as well. Congratulations to him. And then if he does not claim it, within usually weeks the time frame, so I'll probably do that. I'll tag him and mention him as well. But if he does not, then I'll just give it away during one of the live streams. So that'll be in person for someone who's actually present. Usually they claim that, but anyway, for that. So we've got another conspiracy about Anthony. So, All right. Any last-second takeaways? A couple more minutes here. Last-second takeaways for the game. Appreciate you guys. This was a blast, as always. Really enjoy the hangouts. Y'all are the best. Y'all know that. But this is the whole reason we can even do the giveaways, and it just leads to more, the bigger, the better. Try to do as many as possible, and just building the awesome community that you guys are and make this possible. But any, like I say, last-second score predictions, thoughts, questions before we jump off here? Anything last minute? As Tyler says, rigged because I didn't get a free membership. Yours is, it's very unlucky for some reason. I don't know why, Tyler. Like, every time that someone gives that away, your name does not pop up. I don't know. It's blame the algorithm, I guess. I don't know why. It's like they say it's totally random, but you do seem to be gypped quite a bit whenever they give out the memberships. Marcus, is Goddard coming back? Eventually. He's not coming back for this game, but he's got the hamstring injury. Was not placed on the IR, so I guess that thought is that he's going to be back before the Commanders game would have been the one if he'd been placed on the IR. So maybe Dallas. Could be before that, I guess, but certainly Dallas for Dallas. Let's see. Brandon with the Go Birds. Ian with a 38-6 Eagles. Bro, I hope that you were spot on with that. 38-6, just absolutely obliterate the Bengals. If that happens, then there's not even like a. We made the point earlier. It's just the Bengals. If it's 38-6, there's not even a. It's just the big. It's a. Okay, well, this team's pretty legit. There's something to it. They keep building off of that. Lar with the 21-13. Let's see. Daniel said, I thought it was based on, amount watched plus interaction on the channel. Well, that would be actually unique to do it that way. I don't know that I guess there's probably algorithms, but mine is just based on membership tier and then longevity of the membership. So the longer that you're a member, along with the tier that you're at, is kind of the multiplier. So Ian saying defense hold them no touchdowns. Man, if they 38-6, I guess, 38-6, I suppose, unless they miss an extra point. But yeah, if it's 38-6, 3 straight games, no touchdowns, I don't care who you're playing. The NFL, that's ridiculous. In a great way, but like that would turn some heads. PG-16s, we should trade for Cooper Kupp. You're not alone. I've seen some comments on that. I disagree. I think that we've got more than enough mouths to feed, and we're not going to trade anything. If we are, then we're going to trade for maybe something defensive, pass rusher. I don't know. Not another receiver, but. Oh, Daniel, the likelihood of getting a gifted membership. I see. Sorry. That makes more sense. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that it's. Maybe it is. Maybe it's based on that, but they say it's completely random. So we'll see. That's weird. I just got disconnected. I think I'm still on. That's weird. I got a notification saying I was disconnected. I think we're still here. But I am going to jump off here in a second. So, DeLuna, yes. If anybody knows how to get Nick Sirianni this shirt, send it to him. Go to the link in the description. Buy it. Ship it. Ship it to the NovaCare complex. Just ship it to him and say to Nick Sirianni. It probably actually will get to him. That's how we did some BG giveaways whenever he signed some jerseys. And he's like, oh, yeah, just ship them there. I'll sign them, ship them back. It's kind of legit, the fact that BG was willing to do that. But I don't know. Just want to take a flyer at it. If he were to wear this during a press conference, like, my gosh, I don't know what I would do. But hopefully they do. They run the football first, then set that up for the pass, play action, everything else. But we'll be streaming during the game. So come hang out. If the Eagles win, reminder, I will be giving away an Eagles jersey, any one of your choice, to some random person during the stream. So hopefully that's what happens. And Jackson with the comment, possibly question here before I jump off, saying, who do you realistically think for pass rusher? I know we all want Miles or Crosby, but anyone else you think is an option? If Miles or Crosby is available, I'd say them, but it'll be hard. That is a fantastic question, And I'm going to, this might be mean, but I'm going to hold off on answering that question because the next video that I drop is going to discuss that a little bit further. Some potential options and everything else. So, and I'm jumping off because I don't have time to go through all those options, but there is a couple good options, a couple of good realistic options. Anthony DeBona has some input on that as well. So stay tuned. There'll be a video dropping tomorrow, and you guys are the best. Again, can't do this without you guys. Appreciate all the love and support. As always, go Birds. And actually, let me get in the 23-20, I think is my prediction, but either way, go Birds.